Alright, boy, do I have a video for you here for Season 4's storyline. So this is a very complex story, but it all ties together, and you need to hear about it. So I see a lot of people complaining out there that this is going to be an awful season, that Marvel's just ruining the game. Trust me, this storyline is absolutely insane. Let me assure you that the opening cinematic of Season 4 will definitely be spectacular. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the brand new teasers, and we've got quite a few for Season 4, and then I'm going to give you a condensed version of the story. Now bear with me, this is a lot to explain, but I'm going to try to dumb it down so everyone can understand. So as you can see on the screen, this is exactly what the Fortnite official Twitter tweeted out. They said, "The Herald has found the island, the prelude to war has begun, experience part 1 in-game now." So if you haven't been following my videos, this is Thor, the comic book version of Thor that is, and he has the power of Cosmic. Now I'll explain all that in just a minute. And if you click Read It Now, you go into the Battle Pass screen and into a comic. And here we go. So this explains a little bit of the story, but I'll go into more depth. So let me read this to you. It says, Asgard, city of the gods, kingdom of Thor, 2 weeks. So this is Thor sitting on his throne. It says, it had been only 2 weeks since Thor, the once prince of Asgard and god of thunder, had been crowned king of the Golden City in his father's stead. When Galactus, devourer of worlds, crashed into his home, desperate and beaten and in need of help. 2 weeks as king before Galactus told him of the coming of the Black Winter, of the death of all things. And that's Galactus there in the background, but again, I'll explain more on him in just a second. Now here's Galactus giving Thor the power of Cosmic. And it says, of the existence of 5 special planets that when consumed would give Galactus the strength to push the winter back, to prevent its gnawing shadow from falling across the whole of reality. And so, 2 weeks into bearing his father's crown and throne, Thor took a new title and rose as the new Herald of Thunder. And this is basically him getting the power of Cosmic. Then we go on and it says, together, Thor and Galactus successfully discovered one of the 5 planets, and after Thor evacuated the planet's inhabitants via the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard, Galactus consumed the planet's energies and they journeyed on to find the rest. There's Galactus and Thor. But then, in the distance, in the moment of existing between seconds, something else appeared. Far, far beyond the fields we know. And here's Galactus saying, there, the power, infinite. I cannot escape its pull. If I feed on this, there will be nothing that can. And Thor says, Galactus, no! And then Galactus goes towards the rift. He says, I must have it. Galactus will feed. And Thor says, you forget yourself, Galan. We have a mission. You cannot. So then Galactus goes in the rift and Thor says, no time. Have to warn them before he gets to them. Have to. Boom! Into the rift he goes. To be continued. So that sets up what's going on in game, which I'll show you in just a second. Alright, so to understand this comic, you have to know the backstory of Galactus. And that is Galactus right there. Like I said, this is a very, very complex storyline. I have to explain it in a condensed, easy to comprehend version. So basically, the person that is Galactus, he was an actual human being, and he lived way, way before the Big Bang. And he was on this super advanced civilization, and something called the Black Winter came and literally destroyed his entire planet. So him and a few others got on this ship and they flew towards the source, and it absolutely destroyed all of them except for him. For whatever reason, he merged with this thing and turned into Galactus. That's a condensed version of what happened. Okay, so now he has the power of Cosmic. So basically, Galactus is a living organism who possesses the matchless power and raging appetite of a galaxy. He feeds upon planets, literally. So in order to live, he must have this energy, and this energy is only provided by a healthy planet. So he literally has to devour planets to survive. So that's basically his origin story. So Galactus has something called heralds. And these are basically people that scout out planets for him to eat. Now let me just give you the origin of that. So basically, Galactus goes to a planet, he finds a good one with lots of energy, and he wants to eat it, or devour it. Unfortunately, this planet has a lot of people on it. And one person in particular is pleading with him. He says, no, 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 don't eat my planet, don't kill us all. Why don't you go find a planet that doesn't have people on it and eat that one instead? And Galactus says, I don't have time to search for planets without people, bro. But if I had a herald, he could do the scouting for me. And again, a herald is basically like a scout for him. And the guy then says, whoa, whoa, dude, I will be your herald. And then Galactus says, okay, if that's what you want, but you're going to be my herald for life. and he blasts him with his powers and turns him into the friggin' Silver Surfer. So that's how the Silver Surfer was born, if you've ever seen the Fantastic Four. He's a herald for Galactus to scout out planets for him to eat. So that's basically the origin story of this guy, Galactus. He's a villain, but he's not really a villain. I mean, he has to eat these planets to survive. He's both good and bad. And more or less, he's a god. And he is one of the most powerful characters in all of Marvel. Like I said earlier, he has the power of cosmic, which is virtually a limitless power. He can blast energies powerful enough to destroy entire planets. And he can even open wormholes and portals to other dimensions and time. Hint, hint. He can even resurrect the dead. Like I said, he's basically a god. In fact, it would actually be easier to name the things he can't do than the things he can do. He can create life, he can destroy planets, and he can do anything he wants, basically. He is the devourer of worlds. So this comic right here that we just read is an actual comic. This actually happened in the comic books. This is legit. But they left a few things out here. So basically, as I read to you, Galactus crashes into Asgard, and then Thor and Galactus basically fight each other for a little bit. Then Galactus passes out, and Silver Surfer comes out of nowhere and explains the origin of Galactus to Thor, including this Black Winter. So Galactus basically defeated the Black Winter before, so he has to do it again. And then Thor and the Silver Surfer get an army to help Galactus. Galactus then explains how you see your one true death when you look at this Black Winter. And when he did that before, he saw Thor. So Thor is the person that's going to kill Galactus. So Galactus was like, wait a minute, that's not going to happen. And he blasts Thor, as you can see here, and gives him the power of cosmic so that he's helping him. And then they both fight the Black Winter together, or at least that's what's supposed to happen. But then as they're on their way to defeat the Black Winter, he sees this rift, and he gets power hungry, and he wants to go eat. And he goes into the rift, and then Thor, with his newfound power, says, oh man, I got to go warn these guys, which is our planet in Fortnite. So Thor is now a herald of Galactus. He's the lookout man. He's supposed to be looking for planets for him to eat. And he's going to our planet in the Fortnite world to warn them of Galactus coming to eat them. Holy crap, is that an intense storyline. Hopefully that all made sense. But you need to know Galactus's origin story to understand this whole thing. And like I said, Thor now has the power of cosmic, which basically is the same powers that Galactus himself has. So basically Thor right now is the strongest person in all of Marvel. Based on these comic books, that is. So Thor is coming to the island to warn us of Galactus and his wish to consume the 0 points power. And it all ties together with the Fortnite storyline. It's absolutely crazy when you think about all of this. So you may be wondering, how does this tie into the current season storyline? And as you can see, in-game right now, there is a rift in the sky. Right up there, and when you look at it, it plays this noise. It's like a rumbling with lightning, and when you put this into a special device, it shows a picture of Galactus. So that is the rift we saw in the comic books. And it's all starting to tie together here. So again, let me just sum this up because it is a lot to understand. So basically, Thor was crowned the king of Asgard, and 2 weeks after this, Galactus crashes into the city and warns that a Black Winter is coming, just like I explained before. Now, the only way to defeat the Black Winter is by consuming 5 special planets. So that's when Thor gets the power of cosmic from Galactus, and he helps him to find these 5 planets. Now, on their way to finding these 5 planets, they spot this rift in the distance. This very rift that's in the sky right now. And this is the 0 point. You may remember this from past seasons in Fortnite. So Galactus cannot escape the 0 points power and wishes to consume it for infinite power. Remember, he has to eat planets to survive. So he rushes through this rift and Thor follows him. And now Thor is coming to the island to warn us of Galactus and his wish to consume the 0 points power. So it all ties together with the Fortnite storyline. It's going to be crazy. Trust me, this is going to be one of the best seasons to date. Now, if you have a supported creator code like I do, you did get an email with this teaser on it, and that is basically Galactus right there. We saw this same face in the comic, which is actually in the game, so it's no surprise that that is Galactus. So those are the teasers for today. Hopefully I explained everything. It's very complex. You have to know the backgrounds of all these characters in the comics to understand what's going on here. But trust me, it all ties together to the Fortnite storyline. You have to just wait and see. It's going to be impressive. Trust me. So the key characters, again, are Thor, which is in his cosmic form of the comic book series, and Galactus, which, like I said, is basically a god. He's a villain, and I guess in this case he's sort of a good guy, but the power of this rift that you can see right here is consuming him, and Thor has came or is coming through this rift to warn us all of Galactus and his infinite power. Just a few more days until you all get to experience this incredible season. I can't wait. Hopefully you're excited, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my supporter creator code, which is Taylor Time.